Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would do an weight update. I was thinking that I was going to say I was going to go outside and do it, but the weather's really nice, but at the moment it's the sun's kind of gone in, so I've kind of decided just to do it indoors instead, but in a different location. I hope it's not too echoey in here. I suddenly thought it's a bit echoey in here because it's quite big, because there's a kitchen over that way and the dining room this way. It's all like open plan. So yeah, so I'm here to do a weight update, by the way. It's Saturday the 20th of April 2019. Is it 19? I don't know where I'm at today. Yes, it is. It's okay, I'm tired. I think that's the reason why. So it's Saturday and I weighed myself, and yeah, it's kind of what I thought it was going to be. Actually, I thought it was going to be a game, but it's not a game. So you'll see a photo in a minute, and it's basically showing I'm still weighing 13 stone 10, which obviously is what I was last week, and I gained last week 2 pounds. So this week I have maintained, which is probably just as well. So as you all know, I did a food plan for the whole week, what I was going to eat. It was all wonderful. And then my food shop arrived, and the guy who handed me at the food shop says, I can't give you anything out of this box. I went, why not? And he said, oh, the fabric conditioner's open, it's spoiled everything, and I can't give it to you because now it's contaminated and I'll lose my job if I give it to you. I was like, oh. But I need half of that. And he was like, no, I can't give it to you. I was like, oh, all right, okay. So I said, can you just try and salvage what you can? And he went, I can't give you anything in the box whatsoever. And I was like, oh, right, okay. So I just literally just could only take what he would give me. And that was not very much because I think I spent £60 and I got £44 worth back. So my whole meal plan was part out the window. And then I ended up I stayed with my friend at work a few times, so I didn't end up coming home and cooking dinner, but I did have food, so I did sort of do okay-ish. But things like I had half a meals of everything, which was really, really annoying. So I was going to do like sweet and sour, and I was going to do either chicken or corn, and I had everything for that apart from the sweet and sour sauce. And I found an old one. It was in date, I think. I just hadn't used it, but it was quite heavy on seams. I think it was like 13.5 seams for it. So I ended up kind of using that, which was okay actually, because by the time it was kind of divided, I think it made like 5 portions. The seam value wasn't all that much, so I wasn't really all that worried about it. So yeah, it was not the best of weeks, put it that way. It was a little bit of a struggle here and there, and then my friend sort of like said, oh, don't worry, I'll give you food, and she was giving me bits and pieces of her food, which none of it was Slim and Well friendly whatsoever. So I'm kind of lucky really I didn't gain weight. But yeah, I mean, the majority of the time it was sort of, I did okay. So like one day I was also at the temple, so that sorted me out. I had food that day, and I didn't end up eating my lunch that day either, so I ended up having, oh yeah, that was the other thing. I didn't have my lunch because everyone in the office decided to get pizza. So I ended up having pizza instead of what I had, which was probably would have been slightly better. But I only had 2 slices of pizza, and I had like this kind of like creamy pasta on the side, which wasn't very semi-well friendly at all. It had like double cream in it, but I can say it was really, really good. It had mushrooms in it though, a bit of speed. It did have a few bits of speed in, but it was nothing that was, you know, I wasn't like doing great on that day. But never mind, you know, it was what it was, and you know, it hasn't really shown this week. I don't know if it will show next week. Obviously it was Star Week as well, so that kind of hasn't helped. And I don't think I'll see the loss until next week, because it doesn't normally come that quickly, because I'm sort of not quite finished. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Other than that, that's about it food wise. Yeah. So anyway, you'll be watching this on Easter Sunday, or you might not be. You might choose to watch it another day, but if you are, happy Easter, everyone. So I decided, instead of getting myself an Easter egg, which could have been quite easy to do, you know, my friend has got me one and I've not had a look at it yet, but I'll have a look tomorrow. Instead of getting that, I decided that I would get myself an Easter present, because I thought that would be much better, and I think that this would help me a lot more. And I'll go into detail in a minute, but basically what I bought was a folder, as you can see, with a food diary. So this is kind of just like a holographic folder. I wanted one that was kind of a Filofax type one, but I couldn't find a holographic one that was A5, because the inserts for the food diary is at A5, and I could have just bought the food diary, but I kind of wanted the folder. I think it protects it better. So anyway, I bought this one, which I had a look at a few different places, and I was going to buy from Princess Planning, but I ended up not doing that in the end. So I ended up buying from, it's an Etsy shop, and I can't remember what it was called. Let me see if I've got, it's On Plan Planners it's called. So yeah, I've ended up buying it from there instead, because I don't know, I'm in an R-ing over kind of what I wanted, and I looked at Fox and Moon as well, but I was kind of like, I wanted to be able to get something like this, is what I was aiming for. But the one that I was looking at, I liked the folder, the A5 folder, but they didn't have that in stock without buying the whole planner, and I didn't want their planner. It was Princess Planning. It was like some multicolored geographic type thing, which yeah, I wanted to buy this planner because I've seen it and I liked the look of it better than the other one. So yeah, so anyway, I bought this one, which was like a unicorn one. They did quite a lot of different other styles, and basically it's got like, it's probably very similar, but it's a 12-week one. I could have bought, I think, an 8-week, but I decided to get the 12-week instead. And I'm just going to like fill it in. I don't know if I'll fill it in today or not, but I plan to fill it in at some point. But it's got a whole bit here, so it's got like mini targets on this page, where you can fill out all your mini targets, and then kind of how much you weigh, so you can fill in what you weigh each week and if you've lost or gained. It's also got a weight loss visual as well. I think the other one has got jars. This has just got circles, and I think one circle is for like £1 and the outside is for £0.5. So I think you could fill out the whole thing. Also there's a bit here for all your measurements. So I think they've got it down here to kind of do it weekly, but I'm not sure I would do it weekly because I don't think it would change that much. There's another bit here for like meal ideas. And then there's one here for food value. So I think if there's particular foods that you have quite often, or sweets or chocolate, you can make a note of it all here so that you can quickly refer to it, which I quite like the idea of that, because I tend to eat, a lot of my treats tend to be the same. I don't really vary them that much, because once I find something that's kind of low sin, I kind of stick to it. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but that's what I generally tend to do. There's also a little bit here for inspiration, which I'm not quite sure what that is. Maybe I put a photo in it or something, I don't know. And then here, each week there's this page here, aims for week 1, so it'll be for each week, week 2, week 3, and you put down the goal that you want to do for the week, and then how you're going to achieve it, challenges, and any recipes you want to try and to do as well this week. So I thought that was really good as well. So yeah, there's that. Then there's a kind of weekly planner here of your meals, so that would probably be handy, because I was just putting it on a scrap of paper. So it's nice to be able to keep something and like have it with me all the time. So I thought that would be good. Also the exercise overview, which I'm not really sure I'm going to use, to be honest, but it's there if I want to. I suppose, yeah, I could actually, because obviously I've got my my polar watch, which is just lit up saying what time it is. I've got my polar watch, so I could easily put down the day and how many steps I've done. If I've done any exercise at all, I could do that. There's a shopping list as well, which seems quite good. And that does, it's all separated as well, so it goes onto the other page. And then here's like the day one of your food diary that you fill in. So I think it's generally kind of the same as most places. So here you've got like your scenes on one side, and this one they've got the healthy extra A. They've got 2 boxes here for you to fill in. They've also got the B, exercise, and how many drinks that you've had, and then see you fill in your breakfast, lunch and dinner. So there is that. So there basically you've just got a whole week of that, and then it goes back to the weekly planner for that following week. So that's basically all it is. And then I think there's notes at the back as well. Yeah, so here you got something that's like reflections right at the end of it. So I think after the 12 weeks you can kind of reflect on how the 12 weeks have been, and then you've got a little notes bit here as well. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. We'll see how I find it. I'm hoping that I'm gonna use it. I buy these things and then I don't use them. I think I've only got one other food diary, but I don't know where that is. But I didn't actually use it, and I was thinking more about doing a giveaway with it at some point, but I think I would do a giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers on my channel, but that has never happened, and it's been like forever I've been thinking about that. So that's possibly what I will do. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll do like a giveaway or something maybe, and do something similar like that, or I don't know, I have to think about it. So anyway, yeah, I picked that up. So that is my Easter present to myself. So yeah, I'm quite quite pleased with it. It's quite sweet. So yeah, I picked that up. I also picked up some Sharpie pens, which you're probably really thrilled I'm sharing this with you. But because I've been doing a little bit of batch cooking in my pressure cooker, I needed to be able to write down what I'm eating on the bags, but I haven't got anything at the moment. I'm not anything that I could find anyway, so I picked these up. So they're basically like the twin ones. So I would only use black, to be honest, but it came in a pack of other colours, so I'd probably use them for something. But yeah, I use the fine one. It's twin, so you've got a fine one and you've just got a normal nib, and the fine one's perfect for writing on. They're the Lakeland like soup packets, but I freeze my meals in those, so I picked that up. And I also picked up a packet of pens because I can't find any pens, nothing at all. I've literally got one pen. This is a fine liner one, but I thought this would be quite nice to like fill in like bits of my food diary and stuff with it, so I thought that would be quite good. So I picked that up as well. So yeah, that is it really. There's not anything else really to say. Yeah, so yeah, I might as well just leave it here because I haven't really got anything more to say. There's no food plan this week because I haven't started filling in my diary, but I've got quite a few meals frozen now, so I think there'll be only like one more thing that I'm going to do, which is a curry, which I'm going to use a different chili powder. I've bought a mild one. I'm such a wuss. I'm such a baby. But yeah, I bought a mild one thinking that might be a bit better, so I'm going to do that curry with the mild one. Yeah, and we shall see how it goes. I did do, talking about food, I did cook, I don't think I mentioned it in my previous video, I cooked a butternut squash and lentil curry, which it did have seeds in it because I used light coconut milk, and that was really good. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. So I've got another 2 portions of that. It was just so good, I can't tell you. You're meant to mush it all up, but I just left it kind of all whole. But yeah, I thought it was really good. So yeah, I shall leave it here because this is a long video and I've got to try and upload it and edit it at some point today. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Let me know how you're all doing down below, and I shall see you next week with another food update, weight update, we should think, weight update. Thank you everyone, bye.